And here I am on the first mission of the game. I can use either my lasers or missiles. The controls are nice. Thankfully, this game allows you to use either the D-pad or the touch-sensitive control sticks. And I have my Y-axis inverted here. Now, the problem I have really with the touch-sensitive joysticks is if I'm trying to hold a direction, often I'll lose that control, and I find myself tapping to adjust little nudges as opposed to holding. And right now it's working okay, but I need to recenter my finger in order to change a direction. If I'm just going left to right, that sometimes works. But if you'll notice here, if I tilt to the right and then I try to go back left, it loses me. So I have to go to the right, pick my thumb up, put it back down, and go to the left. I find that a little irritating, and it makes me just want to use the D-pad. And you know, I need to test more games that utilize the touch-sensitive joysticks, but so far my experience with them has been the same. It's just not consistent enough. If you really want to turn hard right, you got to move your thumb over to the edge of this circle here, and by the time you get over there, moving back to the left doesn't do anything. So you have to keep skin on this little metal contact here at all times, and as you see, you're constantly making adjustments. So it's definitely not as good as a hardware joystick, which obviously wouldn't work very well for this form factor. All the other buttons are great. This is a barrel roll using the shoulder buttons. I can do a U-turn by pressing both of them. It's hard to get it at the same time sometimes. D-pad and these buttons over here, high quality, they feel great. Another complaint I have is the volume button, which when you're holding the phone like this, you would think the right side would be up and the left side would be down, simply because that's how it looks on the UI. But that's not the case. When I press the right side, it goes down. The indicator moves to the left. If I press the left side, it goes up, because that's how you hold it as a phone. Up should be up, down should be down. Personally, I think it would be nice if that was inverted during gameplay. If we unlock the phone simply by opening it up like this, we're automatically taken to our games, and here you can also access the VCast store to get more games. Every once in a while this bit of software is a little bit unresponsive to me, and I don't think it has to do with the phone specs. Let's check out this Bruce Lee game real quick. I did play this a little bit in my unboxing. So far from what I've seen, the graphics in the game, the frame rates, everything look great, and people have been complaining a little bit about the specs of the phone because it's not, you know, a dual core, quad core, whatever. But as you can see, even though these are not, you know, PlayStation 3 level games, the gameplay is quick and responsive. The graphics are good. I'm not doing very well right now because I'm too busy talking and looking in the display of my camera. Okay, who am I kidding? I stink at this game. But anyway, you can see the lighting effects, and sometimes there's some things going on in the background. Everything is smooth and fluid, and it's really fun. And those graphics, they're very good, considering that this is a cell phone. Every once in a while you have to use the back button on the phone. You might have noticed there I made the wrong selection and had to go back, and instead of using one of these buttons I had to hit back, which is a little confusing, depends on the game. And you'll see there's a delay there from when I hit a button. Now virtually all of these games require additional data downloads. That's the first thing that happens when you open up your PlayStation phone and you go to select a game. It says, you know, you need 80 megabytes of data files or something for this game. So don't expect to pop it open and be playing right off the bat. These are going to take up a lot of room. I have, I think, 6 games installed, and you know, that represents I don't know, maybe 400 to 500 megs that I'm using. If you like having large collections of games, you're going to fill up your memory very quickly. So there's a variety of games that come on the device, different perspectives. Here I'm in a first person. Of course, you can pull back for a third person perspective. There's a couple of top-down games available. Now I'm really not good at this game, but because the controls are decent, I'm able to pull off a semi-respectable performance. If I was doing this with an accelerometer and on-screen controls, I wouldn't even get this far at any speed. There we go. So this is a game I didn't check for compatibility at all. I just downloaded a game. I hit the O and it took me back out, but there's one game that works okay with it. Alright. So this one, you can see I'm getting erratic behavior with the pause. Start and select don't do anything. None of the buttons seem to do anything. So as for a default mapping between screen control and these buttons here, it works with some games but not others. And this is a Super Nintendo Entertainment System emulator called Shark SNES, and this is the light version. And I was able to go in and map keys specifically to the buttons on here. I was able to use these shoulder buttons, which I guess are probably not used in this game, Super Mario World, but I can jump and throw things, and this can be programmed to be X and Y. Now, it took me a while to get one set up that worked correctly. You know, as is the case with any video game emulator, that's nice gameplay there. You end up downloading a lot of ROMs that don't work. Sometimes you'll find 10 to 20 ROMs on a ROM site, and only one of them works kind of well. So it can be expected that you're going to run into issues. But I did have some emulators that just wouldn't open it for me at all. Looks like I might have did some backwards programming on the buttons. Others didn't allow the options to map the keys independently, and so I found that none of them automatically detected the buttons on the Xperia Play. So it looks like I need to do some remapping here, but obviously it's working correctly. And again, I'm just getting crashes every time I try to open a new ROM here. And I'm not going to go through 50 or 60 of them trying to find a couple that work correctly. But at least you know it's kind of possible. So that's going to do it for this gameplay video, and I will keep looking into the emulator and ROM issue and hopefully post back with some better news than I have right now. But for now, that's it. Check out the whole review over at droiddog.com of Sony Ericsson's Xperia Play. Thanks for watching.